Hey guys, Welsknight here, and welcome back to another episode of Pixelmon from the PocketPixels server. As always, this series is sponsored by PocketPixels, and if you want to come play on the server, all the information you need is in the description below. So let's go ahead and jump onto the Yellow server, and this is kind of a bittersweet episode because today is the last episode of Pixelmon or PocketPixels Season 2. This is it. This is the last one. So today what we're going to do is just kind of look around Jubiknight City, kind of get a look at a lot of the builds and things like that, and, just kind of give the series a proper send-off. I'm sure that at some point in the future I will be back to PocketPixels. I do have a pretty good relationship with the people who run the server and all that kind of good stuff. So I'm sure this isn't the last PocketPixels episode ever, but it is the last episode of Season 2. So, let's just kind of do a little, let's utilize our ability to fly a bit here, and we'll just kind of recap some things. We spent most of the series kind of working on our home. This was inspired by one of the buildings in Pokemon Legends Arceus, or Arceus, or Arceus, or Arceus, or however you want to pronounce it. I pronounce it Arceus. But we did this, and we also kind of did some pretty early stuff here, Apricorn Farm, things like that. The Pokemon Center right here, which was just a carbon copy of the Pokemon Center from Season 1, because honestly, I love this design. I think it's absolutely perfect for like a Pixelmon Pokemon Center. It's a good, it looks Pokemon, but translated well into Minecraft, and that's actually very hard to do sometimes, just because of the different, like the shapes and the pixels and all that kind of stuff. So I think it works out. But without further ado, let's just start doing a little bit of a fly around. I think we'll just kind of start in the south and just kind of, zigzag our way through the city. So yeah, that's kind of the plan. Let's just kind of take a look at some of the cool builds that people came up with and all that kind of good stuff. The city expanded quite a bit. I mean, we started out with basically just my house, and when I first started, the city was like this big, and it expanded significantly. And also this map probably isn't completely up to date. So good stuff. But looking around, I don't know how much of this is Jubiknight City. Like, I don't know if this is part of Jubiknight City or if this was here beforehand. I don't actually remember. But then basically, if it's adhering to the grid of the city, then it's probably part of Jubiknight City. And if it's not part of the grid, then it was probably here beforehand. So over here, just sort of some unclaimed plots. And I should mention, even though my series is ending, I'm sure there will be people who continue to play on the server and continue to be part of Jubiknight even after I'm gone. So, there is that. Little Minecraft chick. Pretty cute. But let's just kind of do a bit of a fly around. This is an interesting build. It kind of reminds me of like a gumball machine. I like it. I like it a lot. Some utility stuff, farms, things like that. Some very sort of Minecraft houses. And then this I know was not part of the city. That was there beforehand. We've got sort of this temple style building. This is interesting. I like it. Really cool use of elevation here to sort of drop this down and then make a retaining wall around it. It kind of makes it stand out a little bit. Quite nice. I like it. This is a really beautiful house. Just tons of detail on this one. I like this a lot. Can I... Dress Tiefling's home. Well, Dress Tiefling, this is a fantastic build. First of all, appreciate the shape, right? Kind of a cool roof design there where it's very simple, but also it's not just your standard like A-frame come to a point right in the center roof. Gives it a little bit of visual interest by having it sort of asymmetrical. And then use of colors, and you got your planter boxes and all that kind of stuff. Having a porch here Instead of having this be part of the house, like the interior of the house also sort of adds some visual interest. Pretty cool. I like it. Continuing onwards, I'll just sort of stop if I see anything that really sort of catches my eye. This is another sort of Pokemon Center looking build over there. If I see anything that really jumps out at me. This is this the Minish Cap house? Is this the house from the Minish Cap, essentially? Because it kind of reminds me of it. I think it is. Just all sorts of interesting stuff over here, too. Now, obviously, we don't have time to look at every single build in detail, because this episode would be like 1,000 hours long, and we don't want to do that. So, you know, if I bypass your build, you know, please forgive me. But I wish I had time to do that, but I don't. I love this as well. This is super nice. Sort of a very sort of Tudor-esque style with some foliage, some bushes mixed in. Is this just white concrete? Yeah, white concrete for the backdrop. Spruce kind of reminds me a little bit of the houses from my castle build in Hermitcraft Season 5, I think it was. Reminds me a little bit of that. But I think I used dark oak for the roofs and spruce for the highlights instead of, you know, sort of the other way around. Let's see. This is a very large build. Ooh, okay. We got a little battle arena over here. This is cute. I like this a lot, actually. We got kind of a Pokemon Center here. And then this is essentially just a Pokemart with a little battle arena. This is very cool. Very thematic. Fits the Pokemon theme extremely well. I like it. And then this is just sort of a very large build. I'm not sure if this is supposed to be modeled after something in particular. We got sort of a bakery over here. We need to stick to our plan, though, of zigzagging. Otherwise, we're definitely going to miss some things. I really like this. This treehouse build is super cool. So in the middle here, we've got kind of this area, right? Which I'm assuming is probably attached via stairs or something like that to these two, because the same person would have to own all three of these plots. But then the two tree houses that are linked up with the bridge in the sky bridge, this walkway here, that's super cool. Very interesting. Very interesting from a visual sort of perspective. We got a Lucario. Is this just cyan wool and concrete powder? Yeah, kind of cool. I like that. It's not bad. Keep in mind that this is 1.12, so like you couldn't use copper here because it's not in the game yet in Minecraft 1.12. So that's one thing to sort of bear in mind if you're like, wow, that build could be so much better if it had concrete or if it had, you know, spruce trapdoors or like what it's like. Yeah, that stuff's not in the game yet. This is an older version of Minecraft because that's how modded Minecraft works sometimes. In fact, most of the time. But we'll just kind of keep doing our little fly around over here. This is kind of neat. I don't know how I feel about the diorite and the birch in this tower, but that's probably just my own... It looks fine. It's just not... I wouldn't make that decision personally. But I do like this build. Kind of a little sort of mini castle, almost. It's more of a like a chateau, I guess. Kind of. Not really. A chateau wouldn't really have this, like, ramparts here. So I don't know how I would necessarily describe this, but it's very sort of mini castle. Maybe you'd call this like a keep. I don't know. It's sort of a blend of like a house and then a castle. So I don't really know there, but whatever. It's fine. Moving on, since we don't have all day, there's another sort of little castle-y type house. Or maybe this is a house that's not fully constructed yet and they're still going to do the roof here. I don't know. It's hard to tell. It's hard to tell if they're planning to put a tower on this or if this is meant to be more of like an open air sort of tower. Just a big old jack-o'-lantern over there. Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, we got some stuff over here. So, first of all, this very tall windmill tower water wheel type thing, this is super cool. I like this a lot. Just lots of different detail with texture variation and textures that go well together. I honestly wish this is the temple bricks or something like that. This is a block from the Pixelmon mod. I really wish we had something like this in vanilla. That was, sort of this color tone, this sort of off gray, I guess you would call it. It's almost like a tannish gray. It's like kind of like a darker sandstone, and it goes so well with all of these different woods. I really wish we had something this color and sort of texture in vanilla. Maybe a little bit less harsh when it comes to the darker lines on this if I was making the texture myself, but something along those lines would be great. Also, there's this one over here. This is also pretty cool. We got the brick and the different woods and stuff, but then we've got kind of this prismarine light up at the top. Almost like this is a lighthouse, but it's not really a lighthouse because it's not in the ocean. But that's fine. And then over here's my house, obviously. I think we already looked at those. Yeah, here we go. So popping over here, we got kind of a clock tower. What else? Some empty, unused plots. Oh, this is cool. Sort of a large, again, another build making use of multiple plots and connecting them up via like a bridge in the sky or an elevated sort of walkway, which I think is pretty cool. Anything over here? Not too much that looks like there's a lot of unfinished builds over here, it looks like. But it looks like the grid continues to expand out quite a ways, and there's quite a few plots out here that are unclaimed. Looks like we got some stuff over here that's still under construction as well. Whoa! Oh, it's a Charizard. It's a Charizard pixel art, but I bet it's supposed to be viewed from this side, maybe? It is. I'm not sure of the significance of the different arrows and stuff like that, but it's pretty cool. Little Yamper. Not bad. Ooh, this is cool. I like this. This is an interesting... These two colors actually go really well together. I think this might be light blue terracotta and then blue terracotta. I don't have like Wayla or anything like that, so I don't know for sure. But that was loud. I don't know. Oh, it was you. You spooked me. But that mixed with the quartz is a really nice combination. I'm gonna have to keep that in mind and make use of that sooner or later. Just keep flying around here. We got some more sort of temple-y type thing. This is a pretty cool build. I like the colors there with the little extension over here. And then I think the grid kind of comes to an end over here somewhere pretty soon. This is nice as well. Yeah, because this is not... Oh, no, I guess the grid does kind of keep going over here a little bit. So it looks like people have continued to expand the grid, which is great. I hope that, I would love for this city to just keep growing and growing and growing. Excuse me. A little bit of a hiccup. I would love for this to just keep growing, even though my series is ending here. But there's all of that stuff. Now, let's kind of get up and look at the northern part of this city, which is a little bit more kind of up here. We'll just sort of skirt along the edge a bit and see what we can find kind of up here. I don't think we've looked at these yet. Yeah, nothing here. I'm not recognizing much of this. Kind of a nice little modern, very simple sort of modern house, but this is nice as well. We did look at that. This, but I'm just kind of noticing this sort of Japanese temple style build looks pretty cool too. That's well done. Got some pixel art stuff. Got some more unused plots. And looks like there's some more stuff over here too. Not too much, but just tons and tons of cool builds. It's amazing what a few people can do. You can do quite a lot on your own, But when you get tons and tons of people all sort of working together, it's amazing what you can accomplish in a game like Minecraft. Like, obviously, not everyone was working on all of these builds, right? Like, you didn't have 100 people building this yamper. But you had tons of different people all sort of working to build out Jubiknight City, and the result is in a relatively short amount of time. I mean, the series has only been going on for, you know, a couple months. And a lot of this was built within like the first, you know, few weeks. But it's amazing how much you can get done when it's a ton of people all sort of working together. Like this, all of this stuff, there's no way that I could do this in a couple months. This would be like, if I were to build all of this stuff by myself, this would be years, probably, of just building and doing stuff. And, you know, it's really cool how you can see such a variety of different sort of styles and ideas and sources of inspiration, all that kind of stuff, all applied within like a relatively small area, especially when you sort of do like the street, the ground level walk. You know, you've got, when you're walking down here at ground level, you get some really cool, interesting views. Like here you get this little bridge that sort of goes overhead. You can hang a right. You've got stuff on, like, this is just so immersive and fun. I love this sort of communal aspect of just building tons of stuff together and everyone kind of contributing their own ideas and style to this overall enormous build that we all kind of worked on together. So yeah, pretty cool. I gotta say, you know, I do love this aspect of Minecraft. And the other cool thing too is that, you know, for the most part, I avoid public servers because most of them, the community is just not really my cup of tea. You know, you get a lot of griefers and you get people who just kind of don't behave themselves on a lot of those public servers. But here, you know, that's not been the case at all. For the most part, everyone here has been very friendly and welcoming. I mean, occasionally you'll have a couple things that'll pop up from time to time, but, you know, obviously the mods and the moderators and stuff will handle it, and that's that. Looking at this, you know, we got a map of the city here. Excuse me, although I think the map needs to be updated a wee bit. I don't know if this will actually update anything. It may or it may not. I think in order to properly update these, I would have to go and run the map over there. But this one we can do because we're standing, like, literally right here. But yeah, Jubiknight City. Good stuff. But I think, guys, I think that is going to do it for this series. I think I'm going to wrap it up there. You know, we've kind of taken a look at the city and seen, you know, toured it, seen what we all built together. And that's it. So, guys, if you enjoyed the video, you know what to do. Links in the description below, so check that out as well. Otherwise, my friends, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.